Hey, welcome back to the Infinite Woman Universe show. I'm your host, Angela, and today we are going to talk about why it's not your mindset around showing up. So if you struggle to show up as all of you, if you struggle to show up consistency, stay tuned because this video is for you. Hi, I'm Angela, trauma healer and self-sabotage slayer. I help soul-aligned service providers and trauma coaches slay self-sabotage so they can embody freedom, live on their terms, and do business their way. I am so excited about today's content because I talk about this all the time. There are so many misconceptions out there that your mindset is everything. And don't get me wrong, your mindset is so important. However, if you do not have this one piece, it's not going to matter how much mindset work you do. You are always going to sabotage the way you show up, whether that's showing up inconsistently, whether that's showing up as a watered down version of yourself, or it's not really exciting for you, it's more forced, you don't really want to do it, but you're doing it anyway. That is really sabotaging you and your business. And this one key will change everything, and I'm going to dive right into it. Before we get into it, and since I have you, make sure that you like and subscribe and do all of those things. This helps me build my community so that I can reach more service providers and more trauma coaches just like you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now if you are digging the content and the universe show. So this one important thing, it is really about safety. And if you follow me, have seen any of my videos, you know that I talk about this consistently, almost probably until you're tired of hearing about it. But I am going to continue to repeat this over and over and over again. You cannot mindset your way out of releasing trapped trauma from your body. It's just not possible. You must first work on feeling safe within your body, within the present moment. And a lot of that means that you must work on resetting and rewiring your nervous system. This is going to be so critical. Even if you believe that you have not been through trauma, which I imagine is not true because most soul-aligned service providers and trauma coaches have been through some type of trauma, some way, shape, or form. Okay, so even if you believe that you don't have trauma, you do, okay? And I know that might piss some people off, but you do. And it's because there's a misconception about what trauma actually is, and people believe that trauma is some huge event or sexual trauma or war or a natural disaster that happens. But really, it's something that is unwelcomed, that passes your natural boundaries, okay? It crosses your natural boundaries and makes you feel uncomfortable within your body. Okay, and this can actually happen indirectly by watching the news and someone, there's a murder or a stabbing or a car crash or something like that. Okay, you can pick up trauma indirectly that way. It is very real. So I want you to be aware that trauma is just not going to be one huge event or something like sexual trauma if it happens over and over and over again. It's not always like that, and I want you to be aware of that. So there's a possibility that your nervous system is actually out of whack. Plus there's a whole bunch of healing and integrating that must be done so that you feel safe enough within your body and in the present moment to show up fully as yourself. Okay, if you are struggling with showing up and you do all this mindset work, it's actually because it has nothing to do with mindset and everything to do with whether or not you feel safe showing up. You want to ask yourself, do I feel safe showing up? And you're gonna get the right answer no matter what, okay? But ways to know if you don't feel safe showing up is if right before you take any type of inspired action, there's all this doubt, judgment, or criticism, or you go to show up, but you're afraid to rock the boat and you feel like you have to say certain things in a specific way and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and you don't want to offend anybody and you certainly don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That is how you know that you don't fully feel safe showing up. Coming into safety, resetting and rewiring your nervous system is going to be critical for you to show up as all of you. And if you are truly struggling with showing up as all of you, the Be Free in 2023 challenge will allow you to conquer this fully and completely so that you can embody freedom, live on your terms, and do business your way this year. Not next year, not when you get it all figured out, not when you follow somebody else's system, but this year. And we are going to double down on the foundations of divine transformation so that you can be ready to have an epic year and do everything that you truly desire in your business and in your life, all while you are embodying freedom. So if you are tired of not showing up the way that you want to, if you are tired of following all the bullshit rules that are out there in online land, then this challenge is for you. Sign up with the link below. We officially start January 16th, and I would love to have you in there because we are going to dive even deeper into creating safety and how to reset and rewire your nervous system. And there's opportunities to win prizes, scholarships, to work with me one-to-one, scholarships to my Self-Sabotage Slayer course, master classes, all of those things so that you can make the 2023 the best year possible. So make sure that you check that out. Not only do you want to check it out for those reasons, but it is the way to get invited to the Sisterhood, which is the most exclusive and expansive community in the online industry. It is going to be a place where you are going to be allowed to take over the group and be able to take over the group with live trainings, hot seat coaching, all of these things so that you can bring in clients and expand your business. Not only that, it's going to provide virtual networking so that you can expand your network even more and create referrals because people personally know you, and that is how you truly grow your business. You know that know, like, and trust factor that all the gurus talk about? That's ultimately how it's built, not necessarily through your content. I know that that's mind-blowing, but it's that way. So if you want to be able to take over the group and do virtual networking in a very safe and welcoming place, this is for you, but you've got to sign up for the challenge. Okay, so let's get back into our content, okay? So if you're struggling to show up, it is about safety. It is not necessarily about your mindset. The best way to come into safety is to reset and rewire your nervous system, to also join my challenge so that it helps you just create so much awareness and get those meditations to reset and rewire your nervous system. But another way to help you show up the way that you want to is realize that consistency does not mean 7 days a week, 100% of the time. Consistency is really a commitment between you and your energy and how much you can fully show up. So you've got to decide what works best for you. Some of you, it is going to be 7 days a week. Some of you, it's going to be 5. Some of you, it's going to be 3. And some of you, it's going to be once a week. But ultimately, you are the only one that is going to know what your energy allows you to provide so that you feel safe fully showing up, okay? The idea that consistency is 7 days a week, 100% all the time is bullshit, and it's hurting people. It's hurting your energy. You need to make a commitment to yourself on what you believe is truly going to work and then stick to that. And then that's all you have to do. And you might learn like maybe 90 days into it and half the year into it that really you can increase it a little bit, and that's completely okay. That's where that growth and that evolution comes in. You want to make sure that you feel safe, and you've got to check in with your energy about showing up consistently so that you can fully and completely show up as all of you. So this is what I have for you. Make sure that you join the challenge. I want to see you there. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that it grows the community, and I will see you next week. Bye.